The sun dipped below the horizon. The sky bled into hues of orange and violet. The village of Santa Thomas was cloaked in shadows, the familiar silhouettes of trees morphing into menacing giants. A lone dog howled, a mournful cry that echoed through the still air. A group of teenagers huddled around a crackling bonfire, their faces flickering in the dancing flames. They traded stories, their laughter a fragile shield against the encroaching darkness. The air was thick with the smell of burning wood and the sweet scent of mangoes ripening on nearby trees. Old Man Tiban had warned them about the forest. He said it was a place of whispers and shadows, where ancient spirits roamed. But the teenagers, emboldened by their youth and the warmth of the fire, just laughed.
Have you seen the way the smoke curls from the trees sometimes? My Lola says it's the Kapre smoking his giant cigar.
The others groaned, a mixture of amusement and feigned terror.
The Kapre is just a story to scare children.
Luis, eager to impress Maria, puffed up his chest.
If you're so sure, let's go into the forest then.
Fine, let's go.
The laughter died down as Maria and Luis stood up. The forest loomed before them, a dark and silent wall. The others watched, a mixture of apprehension and excitement on their faces.
Don't go too far. They say the Kapre can lure you in with promises of treasure and never let you go.
Maria and Luis exchanged a look. There was a flicker of fear in their eyes, quickly masked by bravado. They plunged into the darkness, swallowed by the shadows of the trees. The forest was alive with sounds. Insects buzzed and chirped, their tiny noises amplified in the stillness. Leaves rustled, stirred by a phantom breeze. The air grew heavy, thick with the smell of damp earth and something else, a sickly, sweet aroma that clung to the back of their throats.
Do you smell that?
Whispered Maria, her hand finding Luis's arm. He nodded, his earlier bravado gone. They pushed on deeper into the forest, the darkness pressing in around them. A clearing opened up before them, bathed in the eerie glow of the moon. In the center stood a massive acacia tree, its branches twisting and gnarled like the limbs of some ancient beast. A low growl echoed around them, seeming to come from the tree itself. Maria and Luis froze, their blood turning to ice. There, perched on a branch high above, was a figure. It was huge, at least 10 feet tall, its eyes glowing red in the darkness. The air was thick with the smell of burnt sugar, the Kapre's cigar. The Kapre's laughter boomed through the clearing, a deep, rumbling sound that shook the very ground beneath their feet. It was a sound that spoke of ancient power, of a being that existed long before humans walked the earth. Maria and Luis were paralyzed with fear, unable to move, unable to breathe. The giant creature reached down, its hand as large as a man, unfurling towards them. Then, silence. The clearing was empty. The Kapre was gone. Only the smell of burnt sugar lingered in the air, a haunting reminder of what they had seen. The next morning, the sun rose on a village holding its breath. Search parties were formed, combing the forest for any sign of the missing teenagers. They found only Maria's necklace, dangling from a low-hanging branch, and Luis's cap lying crumpled on the forest floor. A strange stillness hung over the clearing where the teenagers were last seen, and from the highest branches of the ancient acacia tree a plume of smoke curled into the air, carrying with it the faint, chilling echo of laughter. The Kapre, it seemed, had kept its prizes.